everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie and today I'm here with my August month in review video. So in these month in review videos, I like to take you through the different diamond paintings that I've completed in the past month, give little mini reviews on them, and talk about any fun plans that I have coming up for the month ahead. So if you're interested, I have done month in reviews here on my channel for I think a couple of years now, and it's a great way to just get a snapshot look at the diamond paintings that I've worked on, and especially ones that I don't necessarily have the time to do a dedicated post review video on just for that kit. So that playlist will be linked below if you're interested and want to take a look. But in the month of August, 2024, if we want to get really specific, I finished 5 diamond paintings and I have 2 whips going into the month of September. And I put up 25 videos on my YouTube channel. There were a couple of days where I had to put up 2 videos in one day. That's not the norm. But yeah, feel free to go back and check out any of the videos I posted this past month. There have been some fun ones, like I finally did my vlog book flip through. I did a comparison of some different mini kits from different companies in the diamond painting world. And I think there was some fun stuff there. And I did some weekly Patreon vlogs over on my Patreon if you're interested in supporting me and my channel further. I do offer various perks at various tiers and you're welcome to take a look, but no pressure. Just you being here watching my videos is really just amazing support. So thank you for that. I also participated in the event ABs in August, which is an Instagram event that a couple of friends of mine host, Jamie from Jamie Paints and Kirby. And then I also did a dragon diamond painting in honor of my personal Year of the Dragon kind of diamond painting challenge, where I'm trying to work on one dragon diamond painting each month throughout the year, and I've managed to stick to it every month so far. I'll count that as a win. And that being said, I would love to go ahead and start taking you through the diamond paintings that I did complete this month. Now, this may look familiar. This is one of the panels on my giant cross-stitch conversion project where I am taking a cross-stitch pattern and turning it into a diamond painting on a blank canvas. The pattern itself, the artwork is called Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It's by the artist Amy Stewart and is the patterns from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I sourced the materials from Ever Moment, and I bought these like over 2 years ago at this point. I did a big update video actually on my channel as well, where I talked in a lot of depth about just a progress check-in. I hit the 75% mark on this project. This is panel 5 of 8, and no, that doesn't equal 75%. I also finished panel 6 of 8 as well that I'll show you next. But yeah, the project's so large that I had to break it down into 8 separate panels, and that's made it more manageable to work on. And yes, I'm still kind of brainstorming and experimenting with ways that I could potentially attach them, at least so I can demo it for you guys. Here I have my logbook, which literally just noticed it looks like I think my youngest must have grabbed a pen and decided to leave some marks of his own on here. I guess that's just going to make it that much more special. I'll have to see if I can get ink out of whatever this kind of suede material is. Oh well, that's okay. It gives it some character. But in my paper logbook, what I like to do is, let me find like a better example, is I like to put a picture of the artwork if I have it. I write down the stats and start and finish date. I rate the confetti and how much I enjoyed working on the kit, what I loved, the meh, and any other notes. So I have confession, have not tended to do a lot of detailed breakdowns on my cross-stitch conversion panels. I really should do that, but I haven't, I guess because this is kind of, I don't know, I look at the project as a whole. But all that being said, this is panel number 5, and after I show you panel number 6, I will put up a picture on the screen then, showing you how it all looks together with all the panels so far. Now, each of these panels are around 35 by 95 centimeters, a little bit less than that. That's just kind of with some extra built in just in case. And I really liked working on this panel a lot. I started on the left-hand side and worked my way over to the right, and this was really fun. I talked in my check-in video for this overall project about how it was fun to work on this from left to right and just see kind of these characters taking form. And I was like, they're facing off against something and I don't remember what it is. And this is actually the bottom half of a dragon whose like head and its shoulders mostly are in the panel above this one. So that was really fun to see it come together. This definitely gets rated a 10 out of 10 in terms of confetti. It's a very, very high confetti level project. It really does look extremely pixelated in a lot of areas, but this, if I'm being totally honest with you, this is one of the better panels by far. You're gonna see some more pixelated examples when I show you the others. But yeah, this was panel 5, and I started this one on It says August 3rd and finished it on August. Oh no, that's panel 6. I'm like, no. This was a whip going into August. I started this on July 16th and finished it on August 2nd. That's right. I had not quite finished it by the time I did my July month in review, but I was really close. So I did finish this at the beginning of the month, just a couple of days into it. It was my 27th finish for the year and 176th overall. And based on feedback from you guys and just what I feel is right, we did decide to count each of these individual panels as their own finish, as opposed to the whole 8-panel cross-stitch conversion project being one finish. And it feels a lot more satisfying that way. And given the amount of time and work that it takes, I feel like that's fair. So this was panel 5. I'm going to just set that up there and grab panel 6 here to put in front of you. And as soon as I finished panel 5, oh, hold on a second. That wasn't my second finish. It sure wasn't. Okay, hold that thought. My second finish was a spontaneous one, and it was actually this guy. So this is called Enchanting Harry, and it's from Diamond Art Club. It is a license from Wizarding World, aka Warner Brothers, or not aka Warner Brothers, but like at Warner Brothers. And I got this as a sneak peek, and as I was unboxing it, I thought, you know what would be really fun is to actually go ahead and work on this. I bet I could get it done in an hour or so. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in the frame. Funnily enough, in that video, I completely did not realize that this plastic front, it's not glass, it's plastic, but it had like a protective film on either side and it looked really matte. And in the video, like I didn't realize that. And several of you were really kind to point out to me in the comments, like, there might be a cover on there, double check. I will tell you what, it was really, really hard to find that cover if I hadn't been like really picking at it and going, I feel like there is one here. I was picking at it. I don't think you can see it. I accidentally cracked the plastic on one of the corners, trying to kind of get to it to peel it back. You can't see it, thankfully. I'm not seeing it. So, there's that protective film on both sides, and now that it's gone, you can see, okay, it's a very clear finish there. But this one, okay, so this is 15 by 15 centimeters, had 13 colors, round drills with a lot of special drills like these big crystals. Actually 3 different sizes of crystal. There's like a small, medium, and a large. And I started this on, August 12th is when I filmed the video. So I just unboxed it, filmed it, that part, worked on it, and then came back and showed you guys how it looked finished. And I didn't know how to rate this one confetti-wise because, well, yes, there's blocks of color all together. This is what I don't know if there's an official word for it. I refer to this as like a freestyle style of like diamond painting where you can't really use a multi-placer because there's not really a lot of straight lines where you can just kind of line them up in a row. It was more like I was doing more single placing just by nature because it's not in a row. So I thought, I mean, in a way that's like confetti because I can't multi-place. I have to single place all of it essentially. But at the same time, it is blocks of color, so I don't know. So I just put question marks on the confetti rating. Enjoyment wise, I gave this a 5 out of 10. The main reason it isn't higher is because, well, 1, I couldn't multi-place, but 2, I ran out of a couple of colors. It was important colors too. It was like some of the browns, and one of the browns that I ran out of the light brown, and I substituted in the dark brown in some of the places it was supposed to be instead. I don't remember where they were. I know the sparkles were supposed to be, I think, a lighter brown. I think like his ear maybe was supposed to be a lighter brown, and maybe his glasses. There was a lot that was missing, and so I swapped in the darker brown, and even then I ran out of that color too. And then was there another one I ran out of? So that was stressful because I was like, shoot, I'm running out. I think the crystals I started to run low on too, the small ones, but that, like, I don't like being stressed when I'm working on a diamond painting. It's not, like, that's not fun. I just want to be able to relax, and that was really, in my opinion, very unusual for Diamond Art Club. That is not a typical problem they have, but it happened, and it was not fun. But that being said, you know, part of their guarantee is that you'll send replacements, but even still, like, that took a little bit of my enjoyment out of working on this one. I like that this comes with the frame included. I think the whole sort of presentation with it being an all-inclusive kind of kit, and that Diamond Art Club is releasing new kinds of products to them, is really fun. They've released a ton this past month, I feel like in particular, of new kinds of little mini projects. They call this line Framables, and I think it fits within their overall line of Little Diamonds is their name. And I think that's fun. I think this is really kid-friendly, beginner-friendly, like introduce someone to diamond painting friendly. And so it's overall, like the frame and everything is a nice quality. And aside from the drill issue, you know, it was great. So this was Enchanting Harry and was my second finish of the month. And then my third finish was the 6th panel of my cross-stitch conversion project, which I have right here. I'm just going to put below panel 5 or a little bit on top of it. This is panel 6, and this one is more of like that confetti hot mess, the pixelated hot mess that I was kind of talking about. I started this one pretty much immediately after completing the 5th one because I was just so excited. I was like, I want to just go straight into the next panel. I'm having so much fun. So I did. I'm looking to see where my page is on this one. There it is. Okay. So I started this one on August 3rd, but I didn't finish it until August 17th. I was kind of mixing in some other projects like the Enchanting Harry frameable really is the main one. And I had kitted up another project or two and started, but didn't finish. So this still gets the like next finish spot. This is the same, you know, stats and everything as panel 5, but just, I felt like had even more confetti and more of it, and I felt like just looked a little bit messier in terms of the rendering. It's fine. I mean, you guys gave it a lot more positive feedback than I did when I did the cross-stitch check-in, conversion check-in video. But overall, just, I still look at it and I'm like, I know what it's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure, but it's muddy. It is what it is. So this one got a lower ranking from me, a rating from me in terms of enjoyment. I think I ranked it I ranked it a 6 out of 10 because even though it was a mess, I was still just loving in general working on the project, but it would have been rated higher if I would have been a little happier with how the rendering was turning out. So that's panel 6. Fun stuff. Definitely going to point you to my much more in-depth video on where I really unpacked and talked at length about these cross-stitch conversion panels, and that's where I'll point you guys to if you want to hear more about it. Real quick before I move on to the next project, if you like, you can take a look at the screen. I'll pop up a picture of how this overall project is looking. I managed to stand up very, very high on a chair. This took up my whole kitchen floor to put out all 6 of these panels, and this is how it's looking all together. Excuse the glare over on the left-hand side. It's a struggle to find a spot where I have the space to lay these out and have the right lighting situation. Super tricky, but there we go. We got it. So that was finish number 3 for the month. And then finish number 4 was my ABs in August kit. This is this really, really adorable kit from Diamond Art Club. It's from their Amazon storefront specifically. And this one is called Midnight Monaco. It's by Jeremiah Kettner. I almost said Jeremiah Morelli. Different artist. This is Jeremiah Kettner, and is so cute. So cute. For ABs in August, it just had to have, was it 5 special drills? And this one had 2 ABs, and, or was it 4? It must have been 4, because it had 2 ABs and 2 fairy dust diamonds. Was that it? I thought it was 5. Maybe it was just 4. But it's got like the blue ABs, like you can see some of that the shades of blue are blue ABs, and then the yellow one and the whiskers. This purple fairy dust is like life-giving. Fairy dust colors have a really fine glitter coating on them and have more of a shimmery effect. It's more subtle than ABs. By contrast, like here's the dark purple fairy dust. There's the yellow AB. And then there's that blue AB again, purple fairy dust. What's the other fairy dust color? A light blue. Which one is it? Oh, it's down here. This is a fairy dust color. Around the spots. There's lots of ABs in these little mushrooms too. So this was cute. This was a quick one, even though my start date was August 11th. I didn't finish it till August 20th, but that's because I basically kitted it up, did a couple of sections and a video, and then promptly shelved it until I finished panel 6 of my cross-stitch conversion, and then came back and finished this in a couple of days. So overall, it was still a pretty quick diamond painting kit. It is 32.8 by 40.9 centimeters, has 27 colors in total, and has round drills. Confetti-wise, this one I only rated a 2 out of 10. There's a lot of color blocking. I feel like you know, from a distance and close-up, you can see it's just a ton of color blocking. The most confetti is probably like in the cat's, maybe the cat's whiskers and eyes, and a little bit down here, but it's color blocking heaven. So if you like it, like that kind of thing, definitely this is a good way to go. It's my first kit from this artist. I've seen friends, particularly one of the hosts of ABs in August, really loves this artist. And so I'd seen her work on a lot of this artist's kits, and I thought, oh, that'll be so fun to actually work on my first Jeremiah Morelli kit. And I love cats. I just thought that this was so cute and very, very cozy and serene. The colors were really, really enjoyable to work on. It was very relaxing. It was like, okay, I'm unwinding. It's like meditative almost to work on this particular one. Enjoyment wise, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I probably could have even ranked it higher. It was like, I did like working on it, but I think I kept wanting to go back to my cross stitch conversion project. Bless you. I kept thinking after I finished panel 6 up there, I just kept thinking, honestly, the whole rest of the month, I just want to start panel 7. I see the finish line on that project. It's closer than it's ever been before. I mean, duh, of course it is, but you know what I mean. And so at the same time, I was like, I want to do this little kit. And I don't know. I also was a tiny bit unsure of some of the shading. Like this, I wasn't sure how I felt about, like from the AB to this kind of middle blue color. There's just a couple of spots where I was like, did I mess something up on my part? Is that right? But that's me being obnoxiously nitpicky. I'm not a rendering artist, but most of this, like the blending of the purples and everything and the blues, like in the background and the mushrooms down here, chef's kiss. So, so pretty. So that was Midnight Monaco Neko. I did really enjoy this one a lot. And this was my 4th finish for the month. And let's see, overall, 30th for the year and 179th over of all time. I always feel so silly when I'm like, of all time. Next up, my last finish for the month was actually my dragon kit, my Year of the Dragon kit, and this is the Universe in a Jar by Randall Spangler and Diamond Art Club. I actually bought this kit back in summer of 2020. It was the first kit that I had I'd added it to my wish list, and I was regularly stalking the Diamond Art Club website, and this was the first kit I was really like, I just hope they restock it soon. I'm so excited. I'd seen someone complete it and thought the way that it looked finished was so, so, so pretty and just such a beautiful, beautiful look. And it was one of the reasons that I really fell in love with Randall Spangler early in kind of my diamond painting journey. And so I bought this one and immediately had this feeling of I don't think I want to work on it right away because I've been so excited about getting my hands on it, and I am so excited about the prospect of working on it that I almost want to save it for a little bit. So this was like my original rainy day kit and kind of started that concept for me anyway. And so I just, with going into the Year of the Dragon, I think when I did a little like a mini stash video at the beginning of the year where I went through all my dragon diamond painting kits in my collection that I hadn't worked on yet, I had said, I just feel like this is the year I want to work on the Universe in a Jar. So this is the perfect month for it. It is a little, it's like medium large. It's 56 by 64 centimeters. It felt a little bit bigger than I realized once I started working on it, and there was a lot of confetti. I rated it a 7 out of 10 for confetti. It has 50 colors in it and has square drills. I started it on August 20th and finished it 1 week later on August 27th. So this was an interesting experience to work on. I talked about in a recent Whip and Chat about how I think I may have made the mistake of building this up so much in my head that I don't think that anything was going to live up to, like any experience was going to live up to these unrealistic expectations I had set for working on this kit. And so there are parts of it I was like, this just isn't as fun as I was hoping it would be. I had thought like, oh, I'm going to enjoy every single second of this because I've been so excited to work on it. But then I just was getting to some of these like background sky colors and I was like, this is a little tedious. Like this isn't as fun. And even from the moment I started working on this kit, down here at the bottom left, I did this first section, and I don't know how well you can see it. There you can kind of see where the light's catching in between a lot of these lines of drills. This kit, I'm pretty confident in saying this because it's an older kit, had gapping. The drill field is not as tight. My guess is that is to allow for what tended to be more trash-prone drills at this point. And I found a couple of colors to be a little trash-prone, but it wasn't like, I was nervous going into it. I thought, ooh, are there going to be a lot of trash drill colors in this one? You never really know when you're getting into some of these older kits. Sometimes it can be a nightmare, and sometimes it's totally fine. I usually end up being more on the totally fine side, but I was surprised by the gapping, and so I did the first couple of sections down here at the bottom left. It took me about that long to get kind of used to it, and I feel like kind of adjust accordingly. And I think there's areas that maybe it is slightly noticeable, but that's a good thing about confetti is I wasn't for the most part doing a ton of like big sections of the same color, so there's not as much opportunity for gapping to be as noticeable. When there's lots of color changes, that kind of hides a lot when it comes to things like, gapping or spacing things. But I still think that this is so, so, so cute and so nicely done, finished. Like, even because I know that they've made changes as far as their rendering process, and they've really, really, like, there's a lot of finesse and like, they've really perfected a lot with their rendering process since 2020. But even taking that into consideration, I still think that this is a beautiful kit. I think that Randall Spangler's artwork has always looked amazing in diamond painting form, and that goes for these older kits along with like the ones that are, new and coming out, today. So this just, when I looked at it finished, I just kind of smiled and had nostalgia and had kind of the same reaction that I had when I, back in, late spring, early summer of 2020, saw a picture of someone having completed this kit, and I went, oh my gosh, like that kit wasn't on my radar, and now it's a must-have. So I'd imagine I'm not the only one that's had that experience where there's a kit that you kind of you don't really consider getting, and then all of a sudden you see someone complete it, and you see a picture of it completed, and you're like, wait a second, that looks really good. I want that now. And this lived up to that hype for myself in that sense. But funny story, I just had zero recollection of, I don't remember the name of this character, if this is supposed to be like, if Randall can't remember if Randall Spangler named this character after himself or not, but like this elderly gentleman that you see in some of his works, I didn't even realize this artwork had him in it until I had finished that section, and I stepped back and I'm like, there's a man there. Okay. Well, there you go. That's so fun. But anyway, this is the Universe in a Jar, my dragon kit for August. And so keeping on with the dragon kits for the year. So now I'm going to get into whips. This was finished number 5 for the month, number 31 for the year, and number 180 of my whole diamond painting finished collection. Now I have 2 whips to show you. So the first whip I will show you, let me see, let's move this off to the side. First whip I want to show you is actually going to be panel 7 of my cross stitch conversion. So I did, after I finished the Universe in a Jar it was close to the end of the month. It was, August 27th. I thought, you know what? I just want to start panel 7. So this is the bottom left corner of this piece, Once Upon a Fairy Tale. And so to be fair, as I'm filming this, it's August 3rd. And so as of the end of July, I think I was about here, because I think I'd finished the dragon and a little bit of the treasure chest. So I think that this is the cutoff for August, is like here over, and then starting here over is September work. So this is, like I said, the bottom left corner. Here, I'll put a picture up on the screen of the original artwork so you can see. And this this has been a little bit of a confetti mess, especially when I'm talking about just specifically my August progress. I knew that there was a dragon down here, but did not even remotely see it coming together particularly up close, because even look at that smattering of colors in its head. It's more stark in person. The camera just does this magic where it brings confetti like this and pixelation like this together, and it makes more sense. But just up close, I was like, what? I thought this dragon was green. What's going on here? And then the treasure chest, forget it. I just step back and literally squint my eyes, which you could even try that now if you wanted. And that just will, again, bring this weird level of detail that seems unusual, but it's just an optical illusion type thing. And now we have a person standing here, apparently cloaked, it looks like. But yeah, that treasure chest, I just couldn't make any sense of up close. There's obviously little details that are in the original artwork that don't come through. But I got a few sections into this and then promptly felt like, ooh, there's that hint of burnout. Okay. Don't want that to actually like go into full-blown burnout. So what I ended up doing is once September 1st hit, so a couple of days ago, I like didn't work on this panel at all for a day and a half or so. And I worked on a couple of sections of my first Drills and Chills project, which is this cute little snack size fall cat kit called Under My Umbrella. And I worked on it for a day and a half and I was like, I kind of still want to go back to my cross-stitch conversion project again. Let me see if I still feel that hint of burnout. But then I was getting out of this mess and I'm like, oh, I can see like a nice change coming and now I have some motivation again. So this is panel 7. I am just about at 80% completion of the whole chart as of right this very moment. So that does include a couple of days of September. Oh, excuse me. But I think I'm going to try to work on this throughout, as I feel like I'm able throughout like, the coming month while, let's talk about this upcoming month and my plans. So, I'll work on this one on and off, but my main focus and priority is going to be on an event called Drills and Chills. This year's the 6th year for this event and the 4th year that I've been hosting. And, it's an event that centers around fall and Halloween and, it runs from September 1st to October 31st. I'm co-hosting with my friend Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights. We did kick off a few days ago, but you can jump in anytime. Absolutely anytime. It doesn't have, you can jump in October if you want to. I'm going to point you back to the kickoff video I just did a few days ago. I promise it is going to have all the details and answer 99.9% of your questions if you're willing to listen through it. And we've tried to really make really thorough notes as well. I just realized I have another whip I haven't shown you. But hold that thought. I'll get back to it. My brain. So that's where a lot of my focus is going to be. I have a variety of different projects I'm thinking of maybe working on throughout the event. But there's this sort of possibility in my head of finishing this conversion project before the end of 2024. I don't know if that's realistically going to happen, especially if I really do hit actual full-blown burnout on it, and I'm just like, I really have to table this for a while. So I'm not going to get my hopes up, but just as much as I feel able and like I want to work on it, I'm going to work on it. So you will continue to see this through the month of September. The last whip, the last thing I have to show you, and you'll also see this, this is going on throughout the year. It's my year-long project. This is my temperature project for the year. So a temperature project is where you have some kind of project. Usually it's really common in like cross-stitch charts. This is based on a cross-stitch chart. So this is a cross-stitch conversion again. And the chart itself is mapped out to be like, okay, there's all these spaces and like, this is, July 1st, this is July 2nd, this is July 3rd, this is July 4th, this is July 5th, and so on and so forth. And it goes, okay, for me, I'm looking at what's the high temperature for the day. So let's say on this day, it was a high of 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, if it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit, then it's assigned to this particular color code that I have given it. And so that's the color that I put in for the spot on the chart for that day. And so I've been doing this all year. It started with January and the snout, and then February, March, April, May, June, July. No, hold on. January, February. Oh, March is these two. March, April, May, June, July, August. So this was August. You can see we have shifted into what I had charted as more summery colors, these pinks and reds. And I think July and August, so this is July and this is August, have been my favorite so far. I feel like they're the most cohesive in terms of color ranges and families that are together. And then I'm using like a white fairy dust or, the equivalent of fairy dust in the background. All of my special drills are from DP with sparklers, and I'm using chunky glitter drills for the actual parts of the dragon. And then this gray color is the outline I'm using throughout. And it's way more obvious here than I've seen it in any of my other sections because the other sections have those darker colors, but it really pops in that part. But yeah, I've been working on this throughout the year. I typically get to the end of the month and realize I need to catch up on the last month, which is what happened this month again. But it was a warm month, but I think this upcoming month of September, historically September in Southern California, this is our hottest month. I think that could be pretty unusual compared to other parts of the country. And so I'm anticipating that I'm going to get into some really, I don't remember which of these are my highest color, ones, but yeah, we'll see. This is probably, I might even have some colors that we haven't seen yet coming in over here in this next horn for September. But yeah, this has been fun. I am planning to do a temperature project again like next year, but I don't think I'm going to use this specific chart. There's lots of temperature charts out there on Etsy that are, licensed or created by artists that are on there. And so I'm really enjoying the concept of it. And I feel like I've learned a lot, and I really want to take those learnings and do another project that I hope will be a little bit more enjoyable, that I'm going to be more happy with the finished product. 'Cause this feels very patchworky to me, just because I think I picked too small of temperature ranges and just a huge variety of colors. I almost want to keep it a narrower range of colors. I think I just might like that better, but that's going to be subjective. So yeah, you'll see this one continuing to reappear in my month in reviews until we get to the end of the year. The chart is from, is it Christie's Corner? I'll have it linked below. It's from a shop on Etsy. She has a YouTube channel too. And then this canvas, do not recommend, really. It's from Amazon. It was because I last minute decided to do this project, and so I didn't have time to wait for a custom canvas to come in. I just ordered something that I could get with Prime shipping. I'm gonna have to cut it to size later. And the drills, like I said, are from DP with sparklers. So that's my only other whip going into September. And then other plans that I have for September, like I said, drills and chills. I am going to squeeze in another dragon kit. I don't think I have any seasonal dragon kits to work on, but I do have, I'm thinking I might use those, that mini dazzle set that Diamond Art Club released that I did a sneak peek of late last month. I might have that be my dragon kit for the month of September because it's so cute and little. It'd be very easy for me to fit in around different kind of event kits that I want to work on this month. But, we'll see. I have some other little dragons, and maybe there will be a company that comes out with a pumpkin dragon or some kind of fall seasonal or Halloween dragon that I really want to work on this year, but we'll see. I got to go do a little bit of shopping. You'll continue to see, usual videos from me, a variety of unboxings. There will be drills and chills related videos every Saturday is the plan this month. And if you want to join in, like I said, you can do so at any time. Lindsay and I are going to be doing giveaways on our channels, both of our channels, every single Saturday throughout the months of September and October. We have 8 weeks of giveaways, over 100 prizes to give away during the weeklies, and then multiple grand prize bundles to give away at the end of the event. So like I said, if you don't mind going and watching the kickoff video that I just did, that will give you a much more detailed breakdown and hopefully answer any questions you have about the event, how to participate, what qualifies, all those things. So how to enter. Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. That's my month in review for August, and look ahead at September. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Did you work on anything in August that you really loved or are excited about? Or do you have any exciting plans or things in mind for September? I promise you will not hurt my feelings if you say, I'm not doing drills and chills. I need a break from events, or I'm not digging it. Completely understandable. Still feel free to share if there's anything you're excited about for the coming months or any projects that you have in mind. Thanks so much for watching. Check out below for a lot of helpful links, including all the projects I've showed you today and a playlist for my other month in review videos if you want to go back and see other projects I've worked on and kind of get some quick looks at various kits and little mini reviews too, in case you want some ideas for some shopping. And subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I'd love to have you here. I hope you have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.